Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your buddy Adrian here today with Frag Heads, and I am bringing you yet another breakdown video of two powerhouse fragrances that you should pick up that are phenomenal. Now, they are blatantly clones of a really good fragrance house. The house that I'm talking about in specific is Initio Parfums.
Oh shit! I ain't ready for this. Oh shit! Oh!
Phenomenal company, great background story, really using some high-end, top quality ingredients, super authentic, really resonating with that Middle Eastern house fragrances, a lot of incense, a lot of myrrh type of stuff like that. Very good fragrances. The two that I am talking about that are phenomenal clones. All right, so I'm gonna show you these two boxes. Now, they are coming from the house of Lattafa. So Lattafa, if you're not aware, is a very good clone house, AKA a house that takes interpretations of very popular fragrances and makes it and puts a spin of it of their own. These two in specific, Bade'e Oud Amethyst and Bade'e Oud for Glory. This is an interpretation of Initio Parfums Atomic Rose. And this one is an interpretation of Oud for Greatness. So I'm gonna start with Oud for Greatness because to me, this one overall captures the true essence of Initio Parfums interpretation a little bit better.
What is that supposed to mean?
So, now this is the presentation. So this is the presentation. You can see the box, everything, all this fine stuff. Got your little hologram. All right, so I'm gonna open this up. Very nice overall presentation. I like how they do the box with this and everything. It sits in here snug, so you really gotta pull it out. It's not going anywhere. Now, the cap is very heavy. It is not one that I would recommend picking up like this. I'm doing this carefully. It is sliding, so it's not a magnetic cap. It's like a compression cap. It sits on there pretty good, so like if you're picking it up real quick, don't recommend doing that. It's gonna drop it. All right, so the reason why I like this one, compared to Initio, Oud for Greatness, this one is very close. The top notes are identical. They're saffron, nutmeg, and lavender, identical. The mid notes are argid wood and patchouli. The difference there is the patchouli is not present in Initio, where the argid wood is. And in the base, you got argid wood, patchouli, and then you have musk. So what separates this apart, this one actually has more musk and a little bit more patchouli in it. So it leans a little bit more towards that patchouli, oud, enticing, intoxicating type of fragrance. Now I'm gonna show you what this actually looks like. It's got good distribution on the atomizer. I'm gonna put 2 sprays, let this thing air out for a second. And I do this all the time because a lot of people tend to go right in and immediately and go after the fragrance. I don't recommend doing that. Let it settle, let it change, let the chemicals in the concentrations mesh, let them do their thing. Give it a second, let it breathe. Once you let it breathe, smell it in the air because that's how everybody else is gonna be smelling it. They're gonna be smelling it in the air. They're not gonna be coming up to you and you go, oh yeah, it smells so good. Man, like well, what are you doing, bro? Like, what are you doing? No, they're gonna be smelling you in the air. So that's why I do this. You know, I waft it in the air. That's how they're gonna be smelling you. And if it comes out good and pleasant in the air, to them it's coming out good and pleasant in the air as well. Now, with this one, to me, this is a phenomenal interpretation of Initio because it takes what Initio does and it does it very well. I would say overall, comparatively speaking for this one, this is about 95% to the original. What I would say the difference is the oud is a little bit more present in this one. And that's evident from the breakdown of the ingredients. You can see them side by side. Here's one, and here's the other one. You could just see there's just more oud and a little bit more patchouli. Overall, this is very friendly. This is a Middle Eastern fragrance. If you're a person that enjoys a nice spicy Middle Eastern fragrance, or if you like oud, like Tom Ford ouds and stuff like that, this is a definitely must-have. Phenomenal overall performance of this. And what everybody wants to know are the 4 key things: the longevity, the projection, how far it pushes, the notes, which I'm going to show you the notes, and what it smells like to me. So longevity, I've had this for a while, and I can honestly attest to this. Don't spray it on your clothes. Seriously, don't spray it on your clothes. If you're one of these people like myself, if you choose to use your clothing more than one time because you want your clothes to last a little longer, and now most of you know this, if you wash your clothes constantly, it breaks down the cloth, it breaks down the material. So if you're one of those that like to wash your clothes every single day, cool, lace up your clothes, it don't really matter. If you want to use your clothing again, I don't care, you better give this legitimately a solid 2 weeks to settle. Because if it's on your clothing, if you put it on even a week later, it's gonna be there. I promise you that. It will be there. It just stays. It's great because longevity. Now, when you spray it on your skin, still on skin, 14 hours. This is an all day, 1 day spray. Projection, it's powerful. You do not need to go heavy on the trigger on this one. You don't want to be gassing out rooms like you're chucking a nade, like a smoke grenade in Call of Duty, like you're chucking it out there and just filling up the room. You smell the people coming. They will smell you. 3 to 5, and that's it. Don't do more than 5 with this one. You will gas people out. Now the next one I'm gonna talk about is Amethyst Bade'e Oud Amethyst. All right, so I have this in here, and I just realized that as I was opening it, I have a card that's already in there. Now this card is no joke. I can still smell it on the card. I sprayed this weeks ago, no joke. This stuff doesn't play around, nor does that one. Don't worry about longevity. You will need to take a shower. You're gonna have to wash it off your skin. It's one of those. It's a stalker. It's not going away. You're gonna have to file a restraining order. With some Zest body wash to scrub it off your skin, because it's gonna be there. And if you're hooking up with somebody late night and you're in the bed for the first time, believe me, they're gonna smell you for a couple days afterwards. So if you try to look for one of those, these two might be one of those. I am going to spray this one on here. This is Bade'e Oud Amethyst. I'm gonna use the same card. It's faint on here, but from a few weeks ago, faint. Like, that's unreal. It's nuts. Same thing. Compression cap. This one's on a little bit looser. You can see it pops off. If I try to pick this thing up from here, boom, I'm dropping the bottle. Presentation on the bottle, very, very nice, very clean, very elegant. Looks exactly like Initio's. It's just straight up, they just jacked their design. I mean, there's nothing else to say. All right, distribution on this is really, really good. You see it on there. Now again, I'm gonna waft it in the air. All right, so Atomic Rose. This one is just, if you're a fan of rose, but you want, most guys, let me re-say this. Most men, most guys are hesitant to wear rose. You automatically assume with rose, it comes off more feminine in nature and more masculine, more male dominant, more Y chromosomal type of men will say, hey, I'm not gonna wear that. That's gonna make me seem more feminine. And I'm not trying to be feminine, I'm trying to come across masculine. This is not the one. You do this Bade'e Oud with the rose, and this just takes it and gives us a great nuance in the fragrance. This interprets the rose very masculine, and when it is on your skin, on a man, your chemical composition changes the complexity of the rose, and it pushes from your body, and it is extremely romantic smelling. Like if you can interpret a vision in your mind of a man walking in as yourself, if you're perceiving yourself like you're about to go out on that date, that's the one that you've been longing after. Like, this is the person that just makes your heart go over and over, that thumping sound. The moment you see them, your heart is just like, they got me. They have me. You are my center of my attention. You are the focal point in this room. At this moment in time, nobody else exists except for me and you. Nobody else exists. That's what this sends to that other person. That is the power of this fragrance right here. When a man wears Atomic Rose or Bade'e Amethyst, it sends and conveys that message to that person. You are the only one present in my mind right now. You smell me, you see me. It draws love auras in the air. If I could figure out a way to do waves of like love energy through here, or like a romantic trail, I try to do it, but I'm not that good at editing, so I'm not there at that point yet. Maybe someday, but just not right now. But this one, it's spicy. There's definitely the nuance of rose, and I'm gonna show you the breakdown of the notes. It's pink pepper, bergamot, Turkish rose, Bulgarian rose in the mid, and then jasmine. Now, I believe in Initio there's Hedoween, and I could be wrong. You'll see the images. You'll be able to call me out on it. But in the base, the most powerful part of this, in the base, you have argid wood, amber, and vanilla in this one, versus in Atomic Rose, they have Madagascar vanilla, which is a little bit more creamy, a little bit more smooth. But that's really the main differences. But interpretation-wise and closeness to the original, spot on. Again, 93% close to the original. Initio will come across a little bit more organic. It's gonna be a slight bit smoother. This one has a tiny tinge to it. That's the only real difference. And then the only way you can really pick it up is if you're straight up huffing it off of somebody's skin. But in the air, the complexity in the air, it's there. It's there all day long. It's not something you're gonna have to worry about. You could probably put this on and people ask you, hey, what are you wearing today? You smell phenomenal, because it's gonna happen. You put this on, you could just probably tell them straight up, oh, I'm wearing an Initio. Say it, don't even say anything else. Just say, oh, I'm wearing an Initio fragrance. They're gonna go ahead and try to look that up in Initio. I'm like, man, you spending that money like that, man, because Initio's not cheap. Initio's a few $100s or a couple $100 just for a bottle. If you're picking it up from Neiman Marcus and stuff like that, you know, they're talking about potentially over $300 just for a bottle of this size. Comparatively speaking, you pick up these two bottles combined, you might spend $60. I mean, are you hearing what I'm saying, bro? I'm trying to give you that knowledge. I'm trying to give you that information. They're not checking you out all day long. Now, if you got a true frag head, true connoisseur and stuff like that, somebody that's got a complex diversity of fragrances and stuff like that, and really knows the intricacies and the differences in between them, and they're up close, right up on you, and they've smelled that fragrance recently, will they be able to tell the difference? Possibly. Possibly. They'll probably be able to figure it out 50-50 shot with somebody that knows that much. To your average layman, to your person walking up on the street, if you're in the office, you're out in the club, you're out somewhere hanging out with friends, are they gonna be able to tell? No chance. No chance. Own it, rock it, wear it. This is your boy Adrian. I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you enjoy this content, I'm a small channel. Smash that subscribe button and do me a solid comment down there. Let me know any fragrance that you want to see, that you want me to break down, to give my spin, my feel on it and stuff like that. Put it down there, I got you. I'll pick it up, I'll pick up a sample, I'll pick up a full bottle, and I'll do it just for you, and I'll even give you a shout out in the video. Thank you for guys tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next one.